Hello, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Welcome to day 2 of our Love You to the Core challenge. Congrats to everyone who has already completed day 2's core workout. The overall theme appears to be what the hell just happened. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope that you saw the major difference between day 1 and day 2. Hey, Heather. Day 1 was like basically just all crunches. Day 2, there was a little bit of variety. There was a beat. I love Shanti. So hopefully you guys get that done. Those of you that haven't done it yet, before we jump in today, I wanted to hop on live a little bit earlier in the day. I know some of you are, time zones ahead of me. Some of you are coming from across the country. I think we have a few people in the UK joining us this month. So welcome if you are new here. I wanted to do a couple of announcements before we jump in. I made a post this morning. It was sort of last minute that for those of you that are on Instagram, if you take your sweaty selfie or do a little video clip or whatever it is that you do in your stories or on your regular Instagram feed, if you tag me @inner_badass in your story or your post, I'm gonna create a list. I'm very official. I have a piece of paper right here. And every day that you do that, your name is going to go into a drawing for a prize. And I'm not going to announce the prize yet, but trust me, you're going to want it. It's 3 different things, and you're going to want that prize, okay? So I have a list of names already. Melissa's on there, Tiffany, Tori, Becky, and Nicole. So I get those notifications when you guys post me in there. Again, it doesn't matter whether it's your stories or on your feed. Either way is fine. I think that was it for announcements. So if you do not yet have the self-love self-paced PDF, please just comment below, hey Tiffany, in the comments that you need the PDF, okay? And I will shoot that to you, hey April, in the in your private message inbox, okay? I know the link worked for some people last night and it didn't work for other people, so I want to make sure that everybody gets that PDF, because again, what you do behind the scenes through this challenge is really what's going to benefit you the most. So let's just hop right into day 2. Oh, no, that was the 3rd announcement. Make sure that you saw the follow-up question comments that I made. It posted this morning, just 4 quick questions. Oh, April, I will get you the PDF, okay? As soon as I get off this call. In fact, I'm going to write your name down so I don't forget. Okay, April PDF. I got you, girl. Excuse me, this cough and cold is not going away. Anyways, make sure you go and see the day 1 follow-up questions and make sure you get those done as well. So let's jump into day 2, okay? For those of you that have the PDF already, you probably snuck ahead to see what day 2 is. And so yesterday, I asked you to make a list of all the things that you like/love about yourself. And through the comments on the follow-up post, it seems like that was a struggle for a lot of people, and that was totally expected. It's hard sometimes to think of things and list things that we like about ourselves, which is totally normal, but also totally sad, right? If we think about it. So today we're going to do the flip side of that. Before we jump into our real focus today, I want to read another little snippet from Find Your Happy. I got a few messages about this book. So I just got it on Amazon. It's called Find Your Happy by Shannon Kaiser. I really like it. I've never really gotten past like day 40 because I suck at consistency, which I know some of you are going to laugh at, but I do, okay? I know I work out every day, but I suck at consistency at other things in my life. So I want to read this page, okay? So forgiveness isn't about freeing me from my past. It is about opening up my future. Be honest with yourself and look at relationships where you are harboring resentment. Now keep in mind, as I read this, we're working on self-love and our relationship with ourselves, okay? So be honest with yourself and look at relationships where you are harboring resentment. Perhaps you have tried to forgive, but struggled to release the situation from your life. Maybe you feel it is unspiritual to be angry, so you try to pretend everything is okay. Allow yourself to feel the feelings. This will let them move through you, and you will release them for good. Then forgiveness can set in. I give myself permission to feel my feelings. I allow them to move through me. I look at all areas of my life and clean out emotional clutter by releasing resentment. My actions are guided with love. I am letting go of my past so I can free myself up to new opportunities in my future. I forgive. Who can I forgive today? So today, your homework is going to be to create another list, a list of all of the things that you do not like or love about yourself. And I think this list is going to flow very freely for so many of you. You're going to have twice, maybe 3 times the amount of things on your I don't like this about myself list than you did on your things that you liked about yourself list. And that's okay. And this may seem counterproductive. Like, wait, I thought we were focusing on self-love. Why should I be making a list of all the things that I don't like about myself? And this is the hard part. This is the nitty-gritty of self-love, right? When you are having a positive inner voice, and when you are somebody who is practicing self-love, and I use the word practicing on purpose because this is something that you continually have to work on. It's not something that, like I said, you're not just going to watch these videos for 5 days and then all of a sudden love yourself. That's not how it's going to work. It takes practice and it takes time, and you're going to have to work through your shit, right? This exercise, I'm hoping anyways, for you is going to allow you to see the things, maybe the resentment that you have towards yourself, depending on what the things are that you write on your list. Let you see them, physically see them. And sorry, there's somebody walking by and distracting me. And accept them, okay? Now I'm going to use an example, okay? Let's say you have stretch marks from childbirth, child growing, and all of that stuff. So many people hate that about their body, right? And so maybe that's going to be on your list. Maybe your stretch marks are going to be on your list. I want you to think about the items that you put on your list. I want you to think about what they mean, where they came from, how they got there. We may not like our stretch marks, but we fucking love our kids, right? And I would take 1,000 more stretch marks all over my body to have my 2 tiny humans here. And so even though I don't like my stretch marks, they're not something I necessarily see in the mirror and think, oh, I just love those, right? I accept what they are. I accept what they stand for. I accept what they mean, what they represent. And then I'm okay with them, right? I have stretch marks. They don't really bother me because they do remind me of my 2 little kiddos. I grew humans. I held them in my body. I birthed them. I'm still keeping them alive. Like, I'm doing a thing, right? So that's just one example, but we need to be able to see the things that we don't love or like about ourselves and be able to accept or forgive whatever that thing is. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that you don't want to change it. You know, it can, my arms are my least favorite part of my body. I used to have toned, ripped arms. I was a softball pitcher for the majority of my life. I loved my arms. I could push up all the boys in my class. I loved that. I don't love that I allowed myself to gain enough weight where I lost all of that. But in my 4-year journey, I've come to accept that I have big arms and I'm strong as hell. And I can still push up most of my students and most men I know. Are they ripped and toned like I'd like them to be? No, not yet. But I accept that I made the choice to, you know, let my weight go, let my health and my fitness not be a priority for me. I accept that. I appreciate that my arms are still super strong. And I'm trusting the process that if I continue to take care of myself, they're going to get back to where I want them to be. Just because it's on my list of the things that I don't necessarily like or love about myself doesn't mean that I'm holding resentment about it. I've come to grips with it, right? And I've released it. It doesn't stress me out anymore. I don't worry about it, right? And so in making this list, I really want you to not just write these things down, but think about them. Think about the resentment that you may or may not have toward yourself, or how this part of you became a thing, right? Maybe it's not even physical stuff. For a lot of you, it's going to be emotional stuff. It's going to be, you know, that you are holding on to some sort of resentment about a situation, whether it be a divorce or a death in the family, or, you know, it could just be so many different things. We all have all this baggage crap, right? And everything is different and everyone is different. Excuse me. I gotta press play after this, so I gotta get this pre-workout in. So today, the focus really is on the stuff that you don't love. And I don't want this to be like a spiral, right? Like, I don't want you to get lost in like, oh my God, I hate everything about me, right? I want this to be an exercise and a practice of, okay, like, I don't particularly love this about me, but like, how can I accept this? How can I forgive this? How can I let this just be here? Let it just live on this paper, not live on my shoulders, not live in me all day, every day, so that we can move past it. Because when you love yourself, you love all of the things that you like about yourself, and you also love all of the things that you don't like about yourself in order to move forward, okay? Think about how you can accept those things. And some of those things are going to take a long time, right? Again, you may not be able to crank through this just tonight. We are doing this in 5 days. This could take you 5 years to work through, but we have to start somewhere, right? One of the things I wanted to say about the negative self-talk, because that was a question in the follow-up questions from yesterday. And a lot of you said that, like, you know, you feel like you're this positive, bubbly person, but really on the inside, it's a lot of negative self-chat going on in there. And I kind of had to laugh to myself, because in my almost 4 years of coaching people, I have highly encouraged people to talk to themselves out loud or in a mirror. Probably that's my biggest tip to many of my clients, is to talk to themselves. And so I want to give you this tip for the next time that you have something negative to say to yourself. And most of those times, those things happen in our head. They don't come out of our mouths. And so I have 2 tips. One, I want you to start talking to yourself in your mind like you're a child. And I don't mean like in a condescending, like, you know, you have to break it down or mansplain or whatever. But I want you to think, this will be a lot easier if you're a parent or a teacher, right? But I want you to think about the way you would talk about your body to your child, or the way you would talk about your child's body to your child. First of all, I hope you don't talk about your child's body to your child, but that is a whole nother series, okay? But think about how you explain the world, and think about how you would talk to a child, right? How would you describe their hair? Would it matter what their hair even looked like? If their hair was a ratted, knotted up mess that hadn't been combed or brushed in ages, and your friend brought their kid over and this is what they looked like, right? If they walked into your house, would you say, what is happening with your hair? Your hair is a disaster. You need to brush your hair. When was the last time you washed your hair? Your hair is disgusting. Would you ever say that to a child? No, you wouldn't. So I want you to start talking to yourself the way you would talk to a child, that child, your child, any sort of child. You would keep it positive. You would say the things that you liked about their hair. Maybe it was the color or the height, or I don't know, whatever. That was just a crazy example that I thought of. But I want you to start talking to yourself the way you would speak to your younger person, okay? A lot of our negative self chit-chat comes from our childhood. I have not had a huge issue with self-love and confidence, because I was fully supported and felt fully supported and loved my whole life, right? My mom's opinion of me is that I am the best thing since sliced bread. It has been since the day I was born. And that is just sort of how I was raised and brought up. And so I was very confident growing up. I didn't give a shit whether people liked me or not. I still don't. Like, these are just because that's how I was raised. I was raised by, you know, two very hard-headed, confident, sassy women, my mom and my grandmother. So that's just my mentality and my thing. But so much of our negative self-talk comes from our childhood. So I want you to start talking to yourself in here like you would your inner child, okay? Because we all have one. The second part of that is the actual talking of the out loudness. And so the next time you have a negative thought about yourself, you walk past the mirror in the next 5 minutes and you catch a glimpse of your ass and you think to yourself, my God, that is a huge ass, or whatever it is, right? Maybe you want a big butt. I do. You know what I'm saying? You have this negative thought. I want you to say out loud, cancel, cancel, okay? You don't have to say it like super loud, but I want you to use the words cancel, cancel, okay? You need to get in the habit of catching the negative self-talk. You need to get in the habit of recognizing that it's happening and canceling it immediately. And when you say with your mouth, cancel, cancel, you're actually sending a message to your subconscious that that's not a way that we talk to ourselves, right? And you physically have to say it. You can't just think it, okay? You physically have to make all of this work for it to come out of your mouth. You can whisper it. You can, I don't know, have some other thing that you do. You can snap twice or whatever it is, but you have to make some sort of motion to like get those connections going, right? We get into these habits and they literally create grooves in your mind. Now I'm getting into the science stuff, but they really do, right? They create like this little road in your brain. And that's why habits are so easy to do, because you don't think about them. They just happen because it's a road that you have paved in your brain. In order to prevent that from happening, you have to put a little speed bump there or a detour, and you have to start a new groove in your brain. So you have to say that out loud. Cancel, cancel, okay? The next time you have a negative thought, I want you to be aware of those thoughts, okay? Cancel, cancel, and then I want you to say what you thought the first time in a positive way, right? And I don't mean I'm positive that I have a big ass, right? I want you to say it in a different way. I have a strong ass. Maybe that's what you want to say, right? I can feel some jeans. I have a badonkadonk. I don't know. I don't care how you want to say it, right? But put a positive spin on these things. And this is going to take time and it's going to take work, I promise. But I want you to be a little bit more aware. And hopefully after watching this and starting your homework for tonight, you're going to be more aware and able to switch some of those thoughts from the negative to the positive, okay? Let me see if there's any more comments. Oh, thank you, Tiffany. April, I will get you that PDF. Okay. If you guys have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. I will do a follow-up of tonight as well. More questions. Maybe I'll post that tonight since I hopped on live so early. But you guys probably won't get to the exercise until tomorrow anyways, or tonight. So feel free to answer day 2. Whenever works best for you. Tomorrow's workout is, what is it? I had it up here, but then my computer refreshed. Let's see, there's me live, scrolling. I don't know what it is. I think it's core to force. I could be wrong. If anybody's having trouble still connecting or finding the workouts, please shoot me a message, right? That's why I'm here. I want to help get those to you. It's the 14-day free trial, but it's going to be, yeah, tomorrow is Core to Force, but it's going to be under the quarterly BOD. So you're going to have to click that one. It should say $0, and then you go on from there, okay? I hope you guys have a great Tuesday. Michael's grandmother turned 100 years old today, so we are going out to dinner after I get this workout in, and it's dinner time, obviously. But how cool is that? 100 years old. Okay, I hope you guys have a great night. Good luck with that list. Like I said, don't let this be a spiral. This is not a, you know, like a drain that we're trying to, you know, drown ourselves in. We just need to list the things that are potentially holding us back, that are stressing us out and preventing us from moving forward, okay? You guys have a great night or afternoon, and I will see you all tomorrow.